Hello everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. We are picking up with our royal princess Eden Salazar, who is getting trained in her new life stage as heiress. She needs to hone her vampiric powers along with her sister Guinevere, who everyone has really pegged as like an aide for Eden. Obviously, we know as per vampiric customs, they will both get a chance to challenge the queen. Well, you know, Eden as the heiress will get the first chance, and everyone's treating Eden, and it always happens with the heiress, everyone treats the heiress like they will win and, you know, they will be successful. But there is a chance that the heiress might not win, and if she loses and she has a younger sister, the chance to challenge the queen then goes to the younger one, which in this case is Guinevere. So even though Guinevere is being, you know, trained as an aide to Eden, I think Guinevere has other dreams and she's got other ambitions, and, you know, I think she's fully she's getting into this with the mindset that she's gonna be more powerful than Eden. There is no guarantee Eden's gonna win, and if she loses, then Guinevere is gonna step in and sweep up the glory. So let's dive in and see how the training of our princesses go. Now, it is nighttime on Thursday. I mean, vampires, their schedule is a little bit all over the place, so I think that's okay. But both the princesses have been getting trained in the background, as you saw in the movie, and they're both they're both minor vampires. Prime is kind of the next stage we are looking to get them to. So as we saw, both the princesses, started their training together, but Saphira kind of said she's going to personally oversee Princess Eden's training. So that's what she was doing, and Guinevere, kind of had to watch and learn from whatever was going on between them. And then later on, the priestess came by, and Saphira said that Galaxia would oversee Guinevere's very first training. So both of them, they're actually not that far apart in terms of the training that's been given to them. Eden is just like slightly ahead of Guinevere, and I do think that everyone's minds is going to be on, whenever possible, training the princesses. That is kind of like the goal. And even towards the end, we saw that the queen was watching them from outside the training room, and she was a bit more serious than she normally is, but she was kind of glad that everyone was taking the training seriously, because unlike in her generation, she's got two daughters, like they're two princesses, so nobody really knows for sure who's going to be queen. Everyone's assuming that Eden is going to be queen, but for the princesses themselves, there's going to be a lot more pressure, because at the end of the day, they are rivals. They are rivals for the throne and for the crown. Aphrodite never had to deal with that sort of pressure. She always knew that the crown was going to end up in her lap somehow, right? And I'm pretty sure, I actually don't know, I don't remember, maybe you guys do, if she won the very first time she challenged Queen Wisteria, or if she had to challenge the queen twice. I don't know why my brain is telling me she challenged the queen twice, but that might not have been the case. Regardless, I think Aphrodite recognizes that there is something they will be dealing with as they kind of get older in this period. They're no longer children. Everyone's attention is on them. Expectations are high and a little bit different. So, there is that. Now, let me just see how everyone is going in terms of their thirst. I mean, everyone's doing decent, I suppose, except the kids. Why are the kids in such a rotten mood? I don't even know. Okay, first things first, we need to cook, because the kids must be fed. This is just ridiculous. Let's make some Yorkshire pudding. Why not? Or should we make some grilled cheese? You know what? We're gonna make a party size of grilled cheese. I feel like that's easy to do. So let's just get that prepped so that the youngsters, obviously all the teens and older, they have their weaknesses with a withered stomach, so they can't eat human food. This is kind of just for Catherine and Elaine, but we definitely want this on standby because it's just ridiculous that the kids are being that miserable. So, oh, come on. I literally have all the facilities you could need to cook. So what is this drama? Why can you not cook? What are you doing? She's gonna serve grilled. Well, if you want to do that, that's fine. I suppose she was very hungry and she was like, I want to cook. Yep, that's all fine and well. Feel free to do so. While she's doing that, let's get back to the princesses. And what's broken? Things are broken here. Okay, Saphira, let's see if we can maybe... Nope, we have to wait a bit. Oh! Okay. So, Saphira is supposed to be training the princess, and yet she is of the same rank as the princess. So right now, she can't even really train the princess. And for those of you who need, like, a reminder as to how this goes, well, we're going to be training both Eden and Guinevere in the vampiric powers, and basically both of them, they need, well, mainly the heiress, but you know, both of them, they need to have all the, like, occult master abilities, and they have to have all the strength abilities here, all three of them. And then actually they have to have all three of the moon, like Child of the Moon abilities. Once they have managed to get all of that, then they will start sparring, at least Eden will. She'll start sparring with the champion, and she needs to... I'll probably get her sister to do it as well. She needs to start sparring with the champion, and actually so does Guinevere. So once they are... Like, once they manage to beat the champion in, you know, a duel, a spar, then we can get them ready to challenge the queen. So that's kind of like all the hurdles they have to go through to be considered strong enough to wield the crown. So, yeah. Right now, we have a bit of an issue. Saphira cannot train her because Saphira isn't high enough to train her. So, you know, that's a little bit ridiculous. But obviously she can still spar with her if need be, but they're not ready for sparring just yet. So again, this poses a bit of an issue, not gonna lie. So she's gonna meditate. Now, who else can we go to? Well, we can go to the queen. So the queen might have to start training Eden personally, because unfortunately she is one of the few Sims who have a high enough rank to do so. So is Eden? Are you not in the mood, honey? You have to be in the mood though. Okay, Eden is not in the mood, but Guinevere might be. So the queen is going to train Guinevere. Now here's the other thing that I am very curious to see. Which princess is going to be more focused when it comes to training? And the way I suppose we will see the focus is how often they're receptive to training. And that is, you know, dependent on their moods. If they are in a good enough mood to go through with training. So we want them to take care of their other needs so that they are focused and they are able to concentrate and participate in any training that the elder vampires offer them. So right now, I bet you Guinevere is enjoying this so much because she definitely wants attention in this regard. She wants to be her mother's successor. And to be honest, she is the stronger candidate. I have mentioned this before. She just, I don't know, seems more impressionable. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but Guinevere kind of feels more impressionable because she's kind of like a go-getter. She knows what she wants. She's making moves. She's doing things. Okay, as soon as she's done here, she's going to do a dark meditation. Now, who else has the skill set? See, nobody else has the skill set they need to train the princesses. So, if anything, I reckon, you know how they might, I don't know if sparring helps, but actually to help each other out, you know, help, but also in quotation marks, because I don't think Guinevere wants to help Eden, but I think because they're teens now, and you know, Eden being the heiress, we kind of saw in the last episode's movie, Guinevere saying things would change for her. You know, everyone's going to be listening to Eden. Well, and she's going to have like a status upgrade. Well, Eden, I think, is going, like, if there's going to be an understanding with everyone, especially the elder vampires, that as heiress, Eden can instruct the other youngsters. She can request things of other youngsters. And so what Eden's going to do probably is schedule or do frequent sparring sessions with her twin. So, and you know, she might even do that with the other vampiresses as a way to train, because we have this unique problem where the queen can't train both of them at the same time. And all the other vampiresses, unfortunately, they don't have the skill level to help them in their training. Like right now, they've kind of taught the princesses everything possible to get them on the same level. And now the princesses kind of have to rely on themselves just a little bit. Things were different in the previous generation because we had Zelda, who was just as powerful as the queen. They were both master vampires, I think, like grandmasters, so everyone could kind of go to them. And then later on, when Isadora moved in, I'm pretty sure Isadora was also very high up there. She was a grandmaster, so yeah. We had a bunch of, you know, princesses from the previous generation who were ladies at that time, but they had trained up in their youth, and that kind of helped, whereas all the older vampires we have right now, they don't really have a very high skill level. Now, another thing I want to address just before I lose track of it is the first drinks for our teen vampires. I completely forgot about this, but one of you lovelies reminded me and said, you know, are we going to have the first drinks, which we customarily do. I have decided that in like 2 or so episodes time, after Catherine and Elaine have their birthdays and they become teens, I'm just going to have the customary first drinks for all the teens in one episode, like all together. So keep an eye out for that. Probably the episode after the dragon twins age up into teens. And she's showing off powers, which is great. But yeah, that is where my mind is at currently. We cannot train yet. Let's get... I want to see if this actually helps with their... We're going to form group. Actually, hold on. Hold on. We're going to add to group. And then we're definitely going to... Eden's going to summon her to the training room, and they're going to try and do their best to spar a little bit. But where was my mind at? Everyone actually needs a drink right now. And yes, we have the dragon birthdays coming up very soon, along with the next council reappointment. So that is something we have to look forward to. I feel like during, like, when Saphira was part of the Queen's Council, like when she was the Queen's right hand, I feel like so many things happened that required, you know, the council advice. But ever since Galaxia's become a council member, I feel like not many things are happening that requires the Queen's advice. I suppose it's, you know, a time of peace. Probably why. But okay, we need everyone to drink some of these potions. So let's just send everyone up to do that. I'm gonna get everyone to drink together because that's so much easier to track than, you know, separately having to check in on everyone to see if they have the drinks. Okay, and then finally you, and obviously not all the drinks work. Sometimes certain drinks backfire, which is not really cool, but it does happen. It does happen. Also, the Coven Rose twins, Xiomara and Serana, have aged up into children, so there is that. I'm wondering if we have them somewhere. Yep, here we go. Xiomara has aged up, and they're like spitting images of their father at this point, which is kind of cool, because I like the dark blue eyes they have, and the sharp ears, and the dark skin. It looks so cool. But there we go. This is Xiomara. She's the elder twin, and then we have Serana over here. They are both identical twins, because everyone's flipping identical in this generation, like everyone. Obviously, when they become teens, we'll see minor differences. We know that the Dravagers and the Dragons have minor differences per place. But yeah, that's something we need to keep an eye on. Okay, everyone has had a drink. Looks as though Saphira is still working on it, and that does not seem to have helped. Nope, that did. Nice. Nice. And are you gonna go drink? Yep. Okay, excellent. And oh no, everyone has to go to the academy soon, so we're gonna have to take a break from this training session, it seems. But we definitely want them to spa, and I actually want to see whether or not there should be enough room to spa in the training room, but like I really want to see if that helps get their like power levels up. I'm curious about that. And typically this doesn't really happen, but you know, the kids, they could spa with one another. Normally the worlds don't, but they could totally spa with one another. In order to practice if you know, the others are busy, like if the champion is unable to spar with them. And it looks as though, look at this, Guinevere is the stronger one of the two, which is kind of cool. Yep, look, that did get their power up a little bit, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, that definitely got their power up. So probably if they cannot get instruction from the queen at this stage because no one else has a rank high enough to train them, and they're not meditating, they're probably going to be training with each other. So that is going to be the unique arrangement. Typically how the princesses don't train with the other like nobles or their cousins and stuff, because you know there is a rank, they are socially above them, and also typically like they're the same age, so it's seen as dangerous. But since these princesses are twins, they could totally do that. And their situation is a bit unique, but I think that is going to be the best way for them to level up their skills. So okay, they're going to go to academy. We are going to pick up with them at a later stage because like I said, I do want to focus on them as much as possible. So I'll see you guys when they return. Okay, it's 7 p.m. on Friday. All the youngsters are back from academy, they've done their homework, and now the princesses are free to continue their training. Now the queen, unfortunately, is in a very cranky, angry mood, and I'm not entirely sure why. She's gonna go talk to Guinevere. But yeah, she has been very, very moody lately, which isn't the greatest. So for that reason, literally Guinevere and Eden have no one to rely on but themselves. So they are going to come up here and they're going to train. And really Eden's the one who's, you know, summoning her sister as heiress and arranging like training for them too. So they're going to focus on that. And no doubt Lagatha and Meredith, they're probably going to have to come to some sort of similar arrangement with each other. So Lagatha, let's get you two in a group. Let's get you two to come over here perhaps. And then 1, you can view, and 2, hold on a second, where the heck is she? Where is this woman? She's in here and I don't know why. But yes, why don't you join the others and work on your own little thing. Okay, here comes Guinevere. And then we shall spar with our sister, our delightful sister. And I don't know who Eden has a simmering rage about. You don't have to go all the way there to spar. That's why I took you to the training room, because it's the ideal place to spar. Who does she have a problem with? Is it Guinevere? Okay. Okay. Well, it seems as though a rivalry has indeed bloomed between these princesses, and we were always aware this was going to be the case since they were young because of Guinevere's personality. But it seems as though as they're getting older and as they started sparring with each other, I think it's getting worse. Yeah, so I can see how over time their training will become less about helping each other grow and more about defeating the other one. And I don't know where the heck they're... I hope they're not going outside. I suppose it's nighttime, so it's not that big of a deal. But really, I was hoping they would train, you know, in their training room. But apparently not. Are they going to spar here? Can they spar here? Is there room to spar here? There might not be. Let's see, though. Can you two? Yeah, so, you know, they're going to have to spend more and more time in each other's company. But they might like each other less and less. Okay, they are going outside to spy. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful outside. Whoa. We rarely come here, so I keep forgetting, but it is stunning outside. It is beautiful. Oh my goodness, nighttime training? Like, heck yeah. This actually looks really, really pretty. And they're sparring outside. Oh my goodness. Okay, here they go. I wonder if Guinevere is going to beat Eden again. And I can imagine how every time Guinevere wins, she probably rubs it in for Eden. That, you know, really... Okay, this time Eden won. This time Eden won. But yes, I can see how they would, you know, keep training as much as possible. And that definitely helps them in their skills, no doubt. I hope they got a boost. I actually don't know. I think both of them get a boost because last time Eden lost, but she still got like that little bit of increase. So they're going to keep sparring as much as possible. So let's leave them to spar. And actually, I suppose we could get Lagatha and her sister to come out. And, you know, they could kind of spar as well. Why don't we do that? Because it's nighttime and it's completely plausible. So we'll get both of them to go out. Yeah, we'll get both of them to go out. And see if maybe they can do some sparring. And look, we've got fireflies and everything's like so pretty over here. Everything is just gorgeous. And of course, they are sparring with each other. So they really only have themselves to rely on. But also, behind the scenes, Saphira has been getting some training from the queen herself. So that she can, you know, level up her own skills and she can train the youngsters. So she has been trying. She has been working on her own training as well. And really, no one else would have motivated her to do so. But she has to oversee she has to guide, you know, these guys. So it kind of makes sense. Eden has won like twice in a row, which is good. Maybe that rage is kind of feeding her. Probably. Possibly. And this is apparently fun for them. So that's kind of interesting. Is this getting their abilities up at all, I wonder? I'm not entirely sure. You would assume so. You would assume so. But I don't entirely know. Okay, what about you guys? Are you... Really, you should be out here with your sister. Because you guys need to spar as well. Since you don't have anyone else to help you. Okay. Let's hope they get themselves under control. And it is nighttime, so really, everything's beautiful. It's the perfect time for them to come out and continue sparring with each other. Continue honing their skills. Okay, this is like the third fight in a row. And yeah, the Dravage twins are coming out to do their own sparring, of course. Okay, let's see. Yep. So Eden's kind of won 3 times in a row at this point. That's kind of good. Yep. Her abilities are going up a teeny bit, but they definitely are. Let's get them to do some meditation at this point, because they definitely need it. Okay, these two are sparring now. And the princesses will meditate, and then they will watch, probably. And looks as though Meredith won that time round. We'll get them to continue doing a few of these bars, maybe 3. Just so they also have a chance to like bring up their ability a bit, because, you know, since the queen's the only one with the capacity to teach right now, she's definitely not going to want to give that time away to anyone other than her daughters. So really, they're on their own. So let's try our best. All the teens are out right now. All of them are out. I don't know what she's doing. She's laughing uncontrollably, and everyone's finding it very entertaining. Well, that's just great. Are you sparring with her? Yes. Let's continue. Guinevere, are you meditating? I hope you're meditating. Really, I hope you're meditating. Saphira, did you manage to get that bit of training from the queen? I don't know. Yep, okay, she was mentored. Let's get her to do a dark meditation of her own. Come on. You meditate. Excellent. She's meditating here, and then like outside, the youngsters are busy sparring. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's check them out. Let's check them out. Is Meredith gonna win again? I'm curious. Yes, she did. This is the second time. And remember, guys, Lagatha was the one who everyone said had more talent, and, you know, she was finding this whole power thing a lot easier, whereas Meredith was having to work much harder for it, and she was having, you know, a difficult time trying to hone her skills. But look at this. Look at these two. They're just like, oh my goodness. That's funny. Okay, Lagatha, maybe do like one more spar with your sister. One more, just one more. Let's get one more in. Okay, she still has a bit to go before she's on the next level, and then she should be able to help the others along just a little bit. Okay, I wonder if the queen she cannot give training just yet to Eden or to Guinevere. It makes sense, she just trained Saphira. But no doubt the princesses are finding like this really entertaining as well. And Meredith won. So you know what? That makes me think that Meredith has been working very hard on honing her skills. And, you know, talent, I suppose, is not everything, because Meredith is doing really well. And I don't think Lagatha would feel bad at all. I think she'll be proud that her sister is doing so well. Guinevere would find this very, very interesting. I think in her mind, this would be entertaining, because she probably views them not with respect, but I think she looks at them with a mocking gaze, you know. They're two vampiresses who don't belong, who are trying so hard to belong that it's almost funny to Guinevere. And I don't think that Eden approves of the way she looks at the others, and I don't think Eden approves of, you know, this snarky side that Guinevere has. And it's becoming more difficult to overlook, because a lot of those snarky comments, those snarky, you know, just viewpoints on things, now Guinevere is having them for Eden as well, because Eden's heiress. And so, you know, Eden is noticing these things, that Guinevere is almost competing with her in some aspects, and not in a friendly way. So she's becoming more sensitive as well. I suppose she's, you know, starting to view Guinevere and Guinevere's attitude as a bit of a threat. So, okay. Well, these ladies have been getting that done. And we have been trying our best. We have been trying our best. No doubt. But, okay, I guess she's gonna go, yep, do some mind concentrating. She's quite bitter and she's tense. Guinevere has like no care in the world right now. She's like in a good place, as good a place she can be in. Which totally makes sense. Saphira is training so hardcore. And I'm surprised she's not cranky, but you know, that's another thing. She's been in a very good... Everyone, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone has been in a decent mood, since the princesses have come of age. Like with the Dravagers, they had such a hard time trying to find anyone to train them, but ever since the princesses aged up and required royal training, everyone was like, hey, I'm available, I'm in a good mood, I can help you out. Like, there's been no issues with everyone. Largely. There have been no issues largely with everyone. Okay, well... And how are these guys doing? Actually, I wanted the dragon twins to spend some time swimming together. One, because of fun, and two, I think they can start honing like their fitness skills from a young age. And I imagine that would help them with training their vampiric powers once they become a little bit older. But I do think that the dragon twins are going to have it, you know, more easy, because they don't really need to hone their skills. They're not competing for the throne. And at the same time, because they are, well, pure vampires in appearance, they're not impures like the Dravagers. They don't have to prove themselves, so they, you know, wouldn't really need to go out of their way to be all that powerful. So yeah, they'll probably have it easy. I mean, when we have things like the mentorship, then they'll probably have to participate in training, because really everyone's going to be doing it, but I don't think they're going to need... They're going to be more relaxed. They're going to be more relaxed for sure. But you have to use the restroom. Swim laps. Both of you. Swim laps. Come on. And this is going to help with their fun as well, which, you know, is already full, but it's in the yellow, so it's a little bit confusing, but oh well. Let them be. Let this little lovelies be. Now, out of curiosity, I wonder if anyone has any interesting whims for us to do. Guinevere wants to chat with Lady Saphira. Yep. She definitely wants to keep an eye on Saphira because, you know, of training. I reckon she probably is seeing Saphira and thinking, I don't care, I'm not the heiress. I deserve to be trained too. I want to be trained too. I'll probably do better than the heiress if I get trained. I will outdo my own sister. So, you know, she's keeping an eye on Saphira, which is good for her. Eden also wants to chat with Saphira. This is kind of cool because I can see this as both of them wanting more advice on their training. I'm speaking to her in that regard. Meredith wants to chat with Myron. Maybe we'll get her to, like, send him a message via bat, aka call, or something. Alexis, not thinking of much. Saphira has been wanting to, like, chat with Bo for ages, but every time Bo makes an excuse and there's really nothing to be done there. At least, I feel that way. But maybe she can send a message through Bat. Now, Galaxia wants to share astronomy knowledge with Lady Saphira. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, definitely. Probably discussing the princesses, since she was one of the first ones, you know, to train Guinevere. And Sophia, let me just check in on her real quick. She wants to become friends with Meredith, so that's kind of interesting. She's already friends with Eden and the dragons and Lagatha. But yeah, she wants to become friends with Meredith. Totally. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, the youngsters seem to be done with their swimming. They're busy running around, wanting to go to the restroom. Do we need to cook? We probably do, in all honesty. My goodness. Let's come down here and cook something, actually. Let's have a look. We'll make some of this Yorkshire pudding. Let's go cook some pudding. Last time we were trying to make some grilled cheese, I think someone sabotaged us. It was Lady Sophia. But then she ended up cooking it because she was hungry. So that worked out in the end. Totally fine. Okay. Queenie, how you feeling now? Are you feeling good, Queenie? Maybe good, yes, to offer vampiric training to the princess? Let's go do that. Let's go do that. Okay. She's gonna train up her daughter. And right now, I think Guinevere is actually ahead. Guinevere is ahead of Eden. They're both like neck to neck, but Guinevere is slightly ahead of Eden. She's a bit smarter, I feel. She's more like ambitious and determined. So she's more likely to, find opportunities to be trained by others. Like when her sister's in a bad mood, she makes sure that her mood is good, so that she can kind of steal any opportunities that come her way. Which is smart, in my opinion, for her. Okay. And if you think about it, it's a little bit difficult because everyone's attention is on Eden. So you really have to have your stuff together in order to, slip yourself a chance. Okay, everyone's having some pudding. So look at the kids. The kids, they were hungry. They were starving. That's fine. Eat your pudding, honeys. Eat your pudding. Be happy. Okay, good. How is training? Training's going well. Okay, excellent. She can now start getting this vampiric strength, which is good. Guinevere still has a little bit left before she's able to do that. Saphira, her vampiric energy is like not low enough for her to do any training. Actually, maybe if she spars with someone. Maybe if she is anyone in the training room right now? Oriana is. Maybe she can go and like do a spar with Oriana. Maybe come up and spar with her. I swear, I don't know who keeps pranking all of these things, but like the bathrooms, stuff is always broken. Everyone's pranking the toilet. I don't know who's pranking the toilet. Someone is always pranking the toilets and the sinks and the tubs. It's just ridiculous. But that's fine. Saphira, go up. Maybe with like a few sparring sessions, or like a sparring session and a dark meditation, she might gain a rank and be a prime vampire, and then we'll be able to split the princess's training between the queen and the champion. So that'll help us out greatly. It's kind of funny though to see everyone scrambling to better themselves. Just scrambling to hone their powers, just so that they can teach the princesses. Normally they wouldn't even bother for this kind of thing, but they are bothered because the queen's watching them and they have to prepare like the next generation of rulers. Okay, I'm curious who's going to be victor amongst these two. I mean, really, it should be the champion. Yep, good. Otherwise that would have been like straight up embarrassing, I tell you. Okay, this is good. This is good. Did that actually, I don't know if that got anything up for you. Huh. Okay, you already got trained by the queen, did you not? I think you did. Yes, you did. Good. Maybe do one more sparring session. Why? Because I thought her vampire energy might be like a little bit lower and then would be able to do a dark meditation, but apparently not. Apparently not. So let's throw in one more sparring session. And I do think Saphira's going to be much more calmer once the dragons are teens. Then she won't have to worry about kids in her vicinity. Like, she's not that fond of kids at all. Does not like kids. They keep destroying her mojo. So maybe that's gonna help her as well. I mean, right now she's... Oh, Yuki won. Fascinating. I mean, right now she is always in a separate room to the kids, so she feels good anyways. She's always in child-free zones. The dragons, I feel, kind of know to stay away from her. her vampire energy isn't really going down, and I actually thought it would go down enough for her to be able to use, like, to be able to meditate, but apparently not. Well, at least the princesses can meditate. So, nope, you can't. That's right, because you haven't been using your powers, really, so... she just needs a little bit more. She needs, like, a little bit more of training of something, and then she's going to be able to get that first strength kind of skill. But, okay, guys, I think we can wrap up here. With that said and done, I'm going to leave off. When we come back next time, we will be getting ready for the birthday event for the Dragon Twins. And then, you know, we'll see them as teens, have their makeovers, all those exciting things. And then probably the episode after, we're going to have, like, the first drinks for all the youngsters. Oh, and we also have the reappointment. That's right, we have the reappointment next episode. So, stay tuned to see who is going, or, you know, if the council is going to change or if the council is going to stay the same. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.